Meet the biologically engineered demigods crafted by a god king to help tackle the wild and ruthless cosmos of Warhammer 40k. Now, if that is not a topic of conversation for your next date, I don't know what is. Welcome back to Geek. So you want to know more about Warhammer? Maybe Space Marine 2 has you hooked, or Amazon Prime's secret level episode made you realise that Space Marines make the Avengers look boring, or you just want to know what all the fuss is about. The Primarchs, they're these towering titans among mere mortals. They each pack their own colossal baggage. They're test tube warriors turned superhumans, and they left a massive mark on the galaxy, shaking things up, and trust me, in ways you would not believe. At first glance, they just seem like these cool, unique beings, but once you dive into their backstories, you just find this treasure trove of fascinating tales that it makes them so complex. Their stories, they're packed with more character arcs than Game of Thrones. Yeah, I went there. And each Primarch, they have their own story with some, and this is the reason I say it, they feature these heart-wrenching arcs that have just unfolded over the years. So let me set the stage for you. Picture this. Deep down in this super secret gene lab under the Himalayan precinct of the Imperial Palace, the Primarchs were born. They were part of this wild experiment, and it's called the Primarch Project by the Emperor of Mankind. The whole idea was to kind of whip up this squad of super loyal leaders to head the Emperor's armies across the Imperium. Technically, there are 20 Primarchs, or 21 if you count the twins as individual guys, but there is a twist. 2 of them totally MIA. We don't know what happened to them. It's said that they were purged, probably by space wolves, on the Emperor's orders. But get this, it was right before the Horus Heresy. All records of them just vanished from Imperial records for some mysterious reason. And there's a whole bunch of theories out there about why these 2 went missing, thanks to various Black Library books, short stories, and some great fan theories, particularly on Reddit. But most sources seem to agree that these absent brothers and their Astartes legions might have crossed a line somewhere along the way. But honestly, we're probably never going to find out the real story behind the 2nd and the 11th sons of the Emperor. I'm waiting for it to actually be revealed that they were women this whole time, but Games Workshop, they don't want you to know because everyone will just cry about it. That was a joke. It was a joke. Please don't panic. However, I'm laughing, you're probably not. It's a mystery for the ages. But what we do have are 18 Primarchs who were scooped up after the Chaos Gods just flung their incubation capsules into the depths of space. The lucky guys, they ended up being raised on all sorts of random worlds across the universe. The Primarchs, they're like a wild cocktail of emotional ups and downs. They've got daddy issues, wacky ideals, and some serious parenting fails. Yet they still managed to accomplish loads. Each of their backstories and how they were raised is just one of a kind. And it played a huge role in shaping the kind of demigods they turned out to be. The lore behind each Primarch, it's super detailed. You could honestly talk for hours. So what I'll do is just outline who they are, and you can drop a comment if you'd like on who you'd like more of a breakdown into in future videos. I do think it's important though to point out that the arrival of good old Space Dad, it really threw these guys for a loop. He showed up, announced he was the Emperor of the Galaxy, he totally outshined them at everything, and then just bounced, leaving them feeling all sorts of insecure and all abandonment issues and definitely needing therapy that wasn't available at the time, or he just brushed off their developmental issues because he was just too busy. And in Angron's case, he straight up just snatched him in the middle of a battle against his will, just leaving his buddies from decades past to fend for themselves. So yeah, the family reunion was anything but smooth, and it's definitely an argument for them to revisit years and years to come at the dinner table at Christmas. But my jokes are not slapping today, are they? Here's a list of the Primarchs. I'll pop them on the screen for you. We've already covered Rabute Gilliman. If he's of interest to you, then you should definitely check that one out. But there you have it. They're here for you to see in all their glory, the Primarchs, these epic, larger-than-life figures. They are the heart and soul of the Warhammer 40k universe, born from the genius of the Emperor and then shaped by their unique and often tumultuous backstories. They sort of represent everything really, from heroism all the way through to tragedy, whether they're leading their legions into battle or grappling with their complicated family ties. Each Primarch, they have a story that's just begging to be explored. It's so detailed, it's so complex, and near impossible to cram into one video. If you enjoyed this sort of mini deep dive breakdown into the world of Primarchs, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more Warhammer goodness, and just let us know in the comments which Primarch you would like to learn more about next time. Keep your bolters ready, your lore books open, because there's always more to discover in this grim dark galaxy. That was cheesy.